Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm CashMMT, joined here by All In Gaming, and we're going to be your commentator for the opening match here of Season 47 of ESEA. We've got ourselves a game between Akimbo Esports and CycloneGG. So tell me, All In, what do you expect to see from this match here tonight?
Really, I'm already going to kind of give it to Akimbo just based off players alone from what my general knowledge is. Obviously, we can look at Cyclone, take a glance at names that we all know. Davey, obviously, from way back from probably season 18 of ESA, if we really want to throw that far back. But I mean, with Akimbo, you have names like Florence, who is like, as far as I particularly remember, on his prior teams, who was the Opper, a very dynamic Opper. People like Katie as well, who's obviously been through Mythic, and Flixie, good guy as well. And he's they're all people that I fairly think can click pretty good into place. I'm not sure how long this team has particularly been together, but I know everyone's very versatile and individually very high skill level for them.
Yeah, definitely. So I was checking out the individuals too, and I couldn't find too much about the team, but the individuals definitely impressed me from both sides. So I am certainly stoked to see the way that it goes. But it seems they've decided on Nuke for us here. Yeah, pretty good map here, an interesting one. Might play a little bit differently in MR12. I think if you don't get a good start to your CT side, you might be in trouble. But I'm excited to see for this one. But while we connect into it, we're going to throw us to a quick pause. So hang tight, guys. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Nuke here to debut to the season. CycloneGG versus Akimbo Esports. And I am so pumped to see this one here. CS2, new game, and new season. And here we are. We had ourselves a little bit of a knife round there. CycloneGG, I think, came out on top. So they're going to be starting off on the CT side, which is pretty big here on a map like Nuke. And Akimbo Esports, looks like they're heading towards outside, and two players, they're going to miss the jump there. Oh no. Broken legs.
Well, they got the flash out. It did pull a nice shot over, and it's going to be a nice fight going through as not going to run back, takes the fight them, but Florence and Nis both get the fight there, and also Nate, so it's down into a 4 or 5-on-3 of Flixie finds one of the Salts as well. You know what? Nox finds one as well. It's not just one player. They're all gone.
Wow.
It's quick. It's dynamic. It's done. It's the pistol round.
You can't even spit it out there. It happened so fast there. Akimbo Esports wasting no time to pick up their very first round and a flawless run. On top of it, this is big. CycloneGG, they've got a big decision to make here in the second round. Do they go for this force buy, or do they save for round number 3? And it looks like they're going to play the slow game and play for that round number 3 of full eco here. Akimbo Esports pretty much guaranteed to get the 2-0 beginning.
Yeah, I mean, CTs without much of any kills at all, it's kind of a hard thing to really buy into. So you're just going to see that stack towards ramp come through, a little bit of B presence, but mainly in towards ramp. Salsa getting boosted up in towards that corner. And it's going to be Nis possibly to try and take some of this ramp control. Something I have noticed actually chat just said is the MP5 has like slowly come back into like a meta. I don't think it's ever been meta, I should say, but like I'm kind of I'm all right with. I'm fine with that. I wish I cared to use the MP5, but my brain just can't comprehend not using a Mac 10 or MP9. In all honesty.
So it's kind of funny that you bring that up here because EU teams have been using the MP5 specifically on Ancient. I don't know how I know this statistic, but I do. So I've actually been seeing players use the MP5 for an interesting amount of time, and it's got a bit more like movement potential, and the fact that it's got a silencer on it is you can catch players a bit off guard with it. But that's a long story short there. I like the MP5 too. And look at this. No contact made. A unicorn round where all 10 players are alive. Akimbo Esports does get control of this A bomb site. And who's going to draw first blood?
This MP5 might actually find something here. Or it could just be a full 5-man save. I mean, that's actually pretty good. Don't give the money reward to those SMGs. But Katie hearing a little bit of an audible cue. So she knows there at least one player, or knowing that at this point all 5 alive, it's most likely the stack.
But it's insane.
I mean, if I'm Katie, I kind of push for at least something here. You have a nade. Finds some shots in towards JMZ there. Backs up. Switches positions there, as we are going to see Florence try to take the fight. But
wow.
CS2 bomb explosion kind of go crazy. And
that's one of the weirdest rounds I've ever seen on gaming. I'm not going to lie to you.
I think they forgot that the blast radius extended, and you had to be tucked behind the box on ramp to survive the explosion.
That's a weird one. A weird one, to say the least. I don't even know.
I mean, I guess you don't really give up money to dying to bomb, so if it's just a pistol with no purchase, I guess it doesn't really matter if you die to bomb.
An absolutely meaningless round there, other than the fact that Akimbo Esports, I guess, get a second there. So, going into round number 3, CycloneGG, they've got the rifles going into the server. The M4s are out as they try to go toe-to-toe with Akimbo.
Ooh. Florence finding some good ground already on that outside position. Try and work his way around this smoke, and they might start make their way down towards Secret. The 2 SMGs obviously leading. JMZ finds that kill in towards Katie. And the Mac 10 swings in from Florence, gets the kill, and even upgrades to a rifle. On the other side, Nis finds himself a kill towards, I think that was Ramp. Mind you guys, there is no auto director in CS2 anymore, so everything's manual, so sorry ahead of time if things
I'm struggling.
Don't go as well as possible, because they're not gonna. We're not machines.
Bring back auto director. You're telling me this game wasn't completely done and ready to be released? Valve released an Unreal game? But as I'm joking around here, another frag is going to go the way of Akimbo, and this 4 versus 3 has turned into a 3 versus 3. And the B-bomb site now here for their taking. Noxo, he's going to be punching in these digits. Cyclone, they hear this as they look to gear up for this retake.
Yeah, 3-man take from Ramp. Decent call. They do have a defuse kit and 3 smokes, so they can get themselves some ground. I'm not sure if that smoke was supposed to go somewhere else, but they essentially just smoked themselves off. As Nate going to try and run up here. He takes the fight versus Noxio. They get the trades in, and it's down to just Florence now. Finds the first kill, down to a 1-on-1. Just has to make his time. Had to reach a little further with his arms, and he catches the CT off guard as he pulled out the utility, and Florence clutches it up with the 3K.
Absolutely phenomenal. Akimbo Esports are keeping their season flawless up to this point. Nice little bait and switch with the door there. He opened it and closed it, and I'm not sure which CT it was, but they were caught shuffling grenades there. A false sense of security as that play gives Akimbo their 3rd round. And CycloneGG, this is one of the fears of MR12, in my opinion. If you don't get this good beginning on the CT side, it can be so tough to get back into the half. And nade stack central. Katie, though, gonna survive and put up numbers. First frag of the round.
Nice follow-up. The 5-7's getting kills. That's why you always pull out a 5-7. But it's already down to just a single player. He does get himself an AK. Also trying to find something here. It's not all for nothing, though. There's still 3 Ts left alive. He can still do some pretty solid financial damage because, it's not like they're too far off and away. Akimbo Esports are so vulnerable, financial-wise, on a couple of these players. Or you could just choose to save it, which might be the better option.
Ooh.
But Florence continues his reign of terror, finds the kill. That's a 4-0 start. And this is, in my mind, I knew it was going to be a really good game for Akimbo. But 4-0 start off the beginning, and the most they've only lost in player count wise is 2 so far per round.
Yeah, it's, I mean, a dream start for Akimbo Esports. It truly does not get any better than this. 4 for 4 on their T-side beginning.
Going glass cannon too.
Ooh, the big AWP onto Nat. Pretty decent spawn. Takes it in towards Mini. Initial peek deep towards Lobby, and actually he's going to lose his life. Nice. Beats him to the cross.
Yeah, him challenging through that molly really was detrimental. And there we go. Smoke dynamic worked, but not in the favor of JMZ. Katie might have seen that one coming, and it is going to be a 2-man advantage as Osrika looking to maybe trade back, but decides better of it. Not sure how many people out there as they slowly encroach on that outside territory.
And this is that buy round from Cyclone, but all of a sudden Salsa puts up 2. And so will Asrica right behind him. A man advantage now in favor for the CT side as Flixie, in order to save the day, he's going to have to make it a 3-piece. He's found the first as Asrica and Ozzer try to stop this 5-0 start. And what? 2 taps and 2 headshots as he does pull it through. And Akimbo Esports 5-0 here on the T side of Nuke. And what was that?
That's exactly what Aim Trainer does for you. That side strafing, jiggle peeking 1-tap right there just made it look so easy, dude. Just very nice. And if anybody, honestly, it's Flixie to do it.
Yeah, that is just asinine. Akimbo Esports just look untouchable for the moment. Still though, a nice try though from CycloneGG to turn that round around. That was a 5 versus 3 that almost went their way. But just not meant to be, and for how long do they keep bleeding rounds? Cyclone at least has another purchase. No eco going into the 6th round. But Akimbo Esports really finding some solid footing at the start of this half.
Well, Katie has found her way all the way down through Secret at the bottom of vents now. Post up, waiting. Maybe trying to pull off a lurk here. As Nis takes the fight versus Oster, finds one now on Nate against the scout. Double mollies comes out. Why not? It's 2 left alive. It's a 2-1-5. And again, Katie posts at bottom events might be able to catch off JMZ if he decides to dive down. But at this point, the finances they have, it's going to have to be a save.
Certainly, and you hate to do it at a scoreline like this. And Akimbo Esports is definitely showing why they got 3rd place last season in advance. They look absolutely lights out. They are kicking ass and taking names here in tonight's opening match. I probably sound like a broken record saying it, but there's not much more to say other than that. Akimbo Esports look insane.
Yeah, especially when you have Florence with 122 ADR, 6 rounds in now. Nis 93. Noxio, I'm assuming, they're going to hunt these last 2 CTs down. It looks like they have chosen correctly, and they can kind of sacrifice this. Flash going over top, maybe another flash, why not? But they're going to swing, and they find one, they find both, and after bomb goes off, clear it out, only losing 1 player, worth the trade, 6-0 start. Like you said, dude, Akimbo were just
devastating.
Smooth. And they kind of broke the economy. CT side, they could force if they want to, but do you really want to? I think it's going to be like kind of a deagle buy here.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like you're just spending money that could be spent into a fuller buy. And CycloneGG, I think they are aware of it. They do. I was just about to bring this up. I was going to say, these first 6 rounds have really gone by quite fast here. We need a timeout from CycloneGG to try and reassess, go back to the drawing board, and try to think about how they're going to approach the remainder of this half. But Akimbo Esports practically knocking on a 7-0 beginning. There's just no funds to work with.
Yeah, and honestly, now with the shorter games, these pauses are going to have to come quicker. Don't wait till it's 6-0 to pause.
Yep.
When it's like 3-0 or 4-0, if you just feel like your rifles aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing, pause. You got plenty of pauses. Use them. And that's what I don't like to see teams as people crumble apart. Like a 6-0 start, I would say, is the beginning of falling apart. Take the pause, talk it over, figure out what the hell you can change up to make it not 6-0.
Yeah. We'll give CycloneGG some slack, though. It's probably easier said than done. But at least they call it in eventually late than never. And they do muster up somewhat of a purchase onto Osser and a few upgraded pistols like you were talking about. And maybe this ragtag purchase can find something going into this round. And spotted on the other side of this bench. C-Nice is just going to line up this frag. Flixie as well, getting a kill. Pressure inside of lobby is actually 2 frags back from CycloneGG. But it's Katie to save the day with a double of her own.
Did she tab out or something?
I didn't quite catch it. Did she?
She just like stared at him for like a split second and like didn't do anything.
Game crash? Oh, she's buying. Out of our pay grade, all in gaming. The world
honestly,
will never know.
I think it's just one of those situations like, oh, damn it, I hit the Windows key.
I've got a bad habit of pulling up a new desktop. I don't know, they quack exactly the bind there. So we'll pretend that's what they did. But again, smooth sailing that last round as Akimbo Esports 7 for 7, 100% win rate on the rounds that they've played. But Nat is trying to disrupt that. The first blood going into this round as the CT side find themselves in a favorable position. Africa, even another kill behind it.
Yeah, I think, Salsa sees the kneecap of Flixie but can't land any shots. But I think this might actually be like the first time that they had an advantage. Noxio starts chipping away at their advantage, starts clearing sights here. He starts making his way in, but he's about to be possibly peeked up from JMZ, making his way up through Secret. Might meet face to face with Nis if he gets the timing. Astraga does find a kill, and this could, but maybe see if this pause came earlier, it could have been a little bit different. But now it's only down to one player. It's the man, the myth, the one-tap legend, Flixie.
Can he clutch up again? A 1 versus 4 on the plate for him. This time, a bit more of an ask. I think it was just a 1 versus 2 for the 3K. And as I'm talking about that previous time, it comes crumbling down. Astraca is going to put CycloneGG on the map here with their first. And on top of that, they kept 4 players alive at the end of that victory, which is pretty big. So perhaps they can string a couple more rounds at the tail end of this half-end.
Yeah, and I mean, there's not too many rounds left here, so it's coming down to the last couple. So it's now or never, and I mean, they have a full buy. There shouldn't be any excuse to, at the bare minimum, make this a close round.
That's a good point. Both teams armed with these AWPs. Florence is going to take his in towards the lobby as he posts up towards Mini. Nat over in heaven on this A bomb site. Just a little bit of a default coming through as Akimbo Esports just sees what the round brings their way. Some early outside control as Katie gets on top of the red box. Finds these elevated peaks. Garage player kind of stuck in the eye of the storm here, but gets out of it.
JMZ might find a good timing here once again if he can maybe get in between, but also finds the kill towards Florence, and that's at least one player advantage on her. But Katie quick with the trade, finds it. JMZ still tucked away as they slowly progress and start to at least build up some territorial gain on this outside area. They still have that op to contest with post up as Nate looks to take some peeks here, but instead rearranges himself towards heaven as this looks to be an A crunch. They make their way on towards site. Nis finds the first one towards Salsa. Nate does find a kill. Flixie gets the trade as JMZ does find the timing, runs it up and gets on top ladder to get the kill, and finally they start stringing a couple rounds together.
Balls of steel to come the vent when he did there. That is a risky maneuver, but it absolutely pays off for the CT side. Like you were just saying, Cyclone doubling up here as they get their second on the board. But with Akimbo having won 7 in a row, you would think that they could at least buy 3 times in a row, but that's not the case. A little bit of a ragtag purchase going into this round, as CycloneGG might have one of the easiest rounds that they've had the entire game.
Yeah, I mean, it's starting to look at least a little more coherent with these holds, and, a little more comfortable. Has put these T's onto a deco, but Deagles are still deadly.
What? They're B?
I honestly didn't even realize they planted. In complete honesty here, they have full control. They have minimal site control, and I don't even think that Akimbo Esports were ready for that plant. While Florence does the Deagle thing to do and gets at least one, but he does gonna get JFK'd right there and shot into the back of the head.
He's taken out of it. Definitely Akimbo Esports happy with getting this plant through. That's the next best option to instead winning it. But CycloneGG are eventually going to make their way down towards that lower bomb site and lock in that defuse as they lock in a third.
Where did they run down to get that plant?
Must have been a vent dive with how fast it went down, but I definitely missed it there too. Do you think Auto Director would have caught it?
Of course. That's
Come
the most
on.
important thing. Auto Director will miss every
Oh,
4K
you're right.
in the world, 4K spray down of that, but they'll get the bomb plant
That's
because
true.
that's MVP worthy.
Hey, he's got to get the stuff that matters, buddy. You would have no Counter-Strike if it hit you in the face. It's alright.
It does every day I play it, sadly.
Fair point, fair point. But the final bit of this half here, 2 more to go. As thankfully for Akimbo, they are re-equipped for another round, and Katie really having a great performance here on the T side of Nuke. Gets this first kill as Astrika is going to lose his life.
Yeah. Like I said, more composed on this CT side, whether it be from the op of Nate or not, just the presence alone from it. But they are at least, not this time around. Though. They usually had the man advantages. Oster takes the fight, and, he right there alone, a big reason as to how this few stretches of rounds have started to play into him. He's 10-8 currently, top for the team. Actually, top in this server. Nobody else even has 10 kills, but Nis and Katie both have 9.
Certainly the top performers. And Akimbo Esports just playing the waiting game, posted up outside. Hopeful that CycloneGG is going to aggress through secret. JMZ has been doing it, but right on command, JMZ is going to meet face-to-face with Florence. As they do come out on top, and JMZ again, another frag behind it. This A bomb site, not for the taking unless Noxo can turn this around. Salsa, an immediate trade back, leaving Flixie in another 1 versus 3. Takes down the first man, scoops up the bomb as he just heads down towards this B bomb site. A great maneuver, as it is here for his taking.
And, he does the bare minimum there. Gets the bomb plant, and here comes the one-taps again, I'm sure. Oh, actually pretty close to it. And they were almost lining up for it as well. Actually sprays into the back of his own teammate, but eventually gets there. And that's definitely looking like some actual CS now, as it's 4-7 CT side as we come into the last round of the half, as we can tell by the super awesome new dramatic music there. Love that.
Suspense. It all comes to this, the 12th round, and a very streaky first half. 7 in a row out the gate from Akimbo, followed by a streak of 4 from CycloneGG. Will this streak stay alive as they put themselves on to 5-7, or can Akimbo Esports at least make an 8th round? Still though, at the end of the day, 7 rounds here on this T side should be plenty.
Yeah, I'd definitely say it would be, especially since you do see them winning a lot of these 1v1 duels as a T side. It definitely helps up Katie right there. Quick trade though by Nate with that op again. The presence of that op post up towards heaven, doing everything he can to string these rounds together in favor of his team. And now it is going to be a single man advantage, as we do see Oster posted up on the other side of this smoke in trophy, and Nis might kind of be a victim of this shenanigans, but timing. It might have actually panned out well for him. Finds one, and he's done. The trades do come through, and that man advantage still favors the CTs.
Yeah, I feel like that trade is kind of good for Akimbo Esports, even though they don't really want to be trading in a man disadvantage. They get control of this B bomb site, but not enough to get that bomb down. They push into double doors as they're looking for these fights. They've got to have some sort of an idea that someone is single door, and they do hear it open. Spam's going to come through. Flixie spots out JMZ as the timing is actually going to go in their favor. And lined up, but Noxo not knocked down yet. A 1 versus 1.
Molly.
Extinguished.
1 HP versus the op, and everyone's 1 HP versus op regardless. It's whether or not he actually sticks it, and he's not. He's going to pull off, hold around. Noxio obviously suspicious. Nate taps it one more time, goes for the check. Doesn't see him defusing, and he's essentially won the round at this point. Oh, the double tap on the bomb defuse. I don't think he's got it.
I don't think it was the
clutch
difference either.
comes in. Yeah, it was a good second and a half. I think it was
Wow.
just a mistiming there. And again, that's just a nice situational awareness right there, and just committed to the he's not going to stick it kind of play.
Definitely balls of steel there. I would have at least been a little bit antsy, and he is not. Also, looking back to when it was the 2 versus 2 on that bomb site, the CTs lined up the 2 Ts there. They killed the first guy and dinked the second. If they had just killed both of them, that was round over. Instead, he's able to play with the bomb and outplay his opponent, and to win the half because of it. 8-4 here as we swap sides.
Yep. And it is already looking good. 8-4 start, like you said, as we do see these Ts start inching their way forward in from lobby, but it's just going to be a 5-man stack as they're post up waiting patiently. And it's going to be probably Flixie playing contact play here front sight with Noxio. A little bit of a crossfire, but there's the flash. Flixie takes first. Actually, Noxio does. Starts swing, misses the first couple shots. A little panic coming through. He's got one in the chamber, and that's it. T start trading. Everything's gone their way, as it's now going to be actually a 2-on-2. Bomb not planted. They can pause, hold, regain themselves here as they start taking these peeks. Katie knows one's in second vents there. Deep post up, waiting, tapping, almost gets the timing there. Salsa didn't see one cross as the dually swing. Can't get the contact play. Salsa finds a kill towards Katie. Nis last alive, has too many people 101. Whoever hits the headshot here wins this, but I mean, Nate just needs a body shot at this point. Dualies are dangerous, and they clutch it up on 25 HP. No armor, no raid boss, just swinging and winning the duels. Something I can't do.
I know, they make it look so easy. A nice little attention to detail there too, where he fakes that he's reloading it there. The dual Berettas are extremely long, and I think it gave that T a little bit of a false sense of security as he kind of like repositioned around to swing right there. An interesting development in that 1 versus 1. But once again, more clutches favoring Akimbo Esports. And that's been the name of the game. Pretty much why they're in the lead here at 9-4.
I mean, realistically, you even take a look at this scoreboard. The scoreboard's actually nearly identical across the board, just about there. Only a kill off, or maybe 2 at most on some of these players, but the spread's pretty much there. So that just means this is still good CS. It's just Akimbo are just winning the duels more often than not, and that's what's really prevailing them right now, as we do see these Ts are on a buy. 3 MAC-10s, 2 Galils, and, well, Akimbo are pretty much in the same exact buy.
Yeah, it's equal across the board, except a bit higher stakes here for CycloneGG. They don't have time to lose a round, and with them getting blended up here over towards ramp, Katie, another triple, as Nice as well gonna get in on the action and finish off the round. Akimbo Esports make that round just look like a save from their opponents, as CycloneGG doesn't even get a frag.
Yeah, and without a bomb plant either, they're essentially a broken economy. Now they kind of got to say to themselves, do we want to just wait for the buy or force in, because we need the rounds? As, I mean, again, 1st to 13 kind of clutches at this point, so you got 3 rounds to make it up, and they're going to go with just a flash of smoke buy, and that is it. It's a very light buy for these Ts.
Certainly, they're playing the long con. Big problem having not won that force buy at a scoreline like 4-9. The double digits obtained, as it should be just a smooth anti-eco from this CT side. I say that as Osser. It's a banger of a headshot over towards outside, looking for the follow-up. Can't quite connect as he takes a little bit of flack.
Nope. I mean, the Deagle's eventually going to find a kill. The Deagles feel a lot better in CS2. Definitely a little more leeway with the strafe spam, I feel like. I can mildly Deagle before it was nearly impossible for me, so if I can do it, anybody can do it, right?
Just click their head. How hard can it be?
Yeah,
it's just that easy, right?
Just click head, stupid.
Come on.
It's exactly what Katie and Noxio are doing. Noxio finds 3, Katie finds a double, and Katie is just farming 16 and 10 currently, just not really struggling at all against these T side pushes here, as Katie sits at 110 ADR, Flixie 83, Florence has slowed down to 54, and Nis at 97, Noxio 55.
They're kind of just competing with one another at this point, stealing frags from each other. There's only 5 kills per round allowed. But jokes aside, CycloneGG, they got the AK-47s to come out into this round. Nat also is armed with the big green, but he's not going to go for an aggressive pick. Instead, the supportive role, as Cyclone goes for some early outside smokes.
Yeah, very slow control going. Both sides really feeling it out right now. Salsa lining up that outside smoke to give Oster a little more leeway to gain some control as he clears out towards Africa. And they double smoke also. He can make his way in towards Secret, but we do have Katie posted up in Garage. And something I have noticed is she's very versatile in her position she plays in this map. We've seen her in Ramp. We've seen her in Heaven. We've seen her now in Garage. And we've seen Florence absolutely annihilate Oster as he feels violated as he wants that one back.
Yeah, I think that was just an awkward spot to run into an op, too. Just slow peeking around these angles. You wouldn't really expect someone to be close range with an op down Secret. You would more so think that they'd be peeking those long range mid-garage / heaven angles. And this bait and switch allows them to get a free starting frag. In the meantime, as I'm talking away, 2 kills for each side, leaving it still in favor for Akimbo Esports in this 3 versus 2. JMZ and Salsa are gonna take control of ramp and double back as they look to loop back towards this A bomb site. A CT has pushed forward, and can they get the kill? No, they can't. Flixie had him dead to rights, but Salsa getting this frag gives him the ability to plant, and running through the fire and flames, Katie still gets the frag. JMZ scoops up that bomb, but decides to fake it. And he's got to get the kill. Missed shot means that Florence is not going to let this clutch go the way of his team. JMZ keeps CycloneGG alive.
Yeah, one more round on the board, but they still 6 behind just to tie it up. Absolutely great performance, though. Got down to a 1-on-1, very close. And again, take a look at the scoreboard. I mean, not too far off, other than Katie. Katie obviously stretching her lead out as she sits 17 and 11. But I mean, at this point, it's a team effort. It just again looks so smooth for this CT side as Akimbo Esports just kind of again posted up, playing it slow, and here we are. It's 11-5.
Definitely. Akimbo Esports has just always felt like they've had an answer for anything that CycloneGG has thrown at them, other than that last clutch, of course. But having only one player survive has kind of put their economy in a funky spot. You see Oster on a scout, while Salsa has a Tech 9. But this weaker buy might not be any issue, as Africa does get the starting kill over towards outside. And looking for that follow-up, Katie is going to deny him it. A kill back from Akimbo Esports as she does lose her life following this. Tech 9 still finding one as Flixie one and done himself, but Akimbo Esports not really looking for trades in this scenario. Instead, CycloneGG in a massive advantage now.
In the meantime, I guess chat's just going to have an argument as apparently who claims dibs over Katie.
Uh-oh, they're going crazy.
Apparently.
Oh no.
Keeps it entertaining, I guess, because this game, it's entertaining, but also pretty dominating. But, I mean, they have at least strung 2 rounds together now. It's starting to build up that momentum that we did see them a little bit later in the first half start to actually build up momentum for Cyclone, but it really is just Akimbo Esports. You know, they'll give up 2-3 rounds, but then they just go on a spree once again.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of deja vu back to that first half here. It was 7 in a row right out the gate from Akimbo, followed by 4 rounds in a row. And with CycloneGG getting a little bit of momentum in these last 2, it scares me for at least the next 5. MR12 leads can really shrivel up fast. And yeah, Akimbo Esports have a hold on it now, but if they're not careful, CycloneGG could creep back into it. And I think we're going to see a save here from Akimbo Esports. Yes, we are. Nice is going to keep his saved rifle, as he's pretty much going to be the player to watch here on the CT side.
I don't know why I never thought about this boost before, but this is genius, and I don't know why my brain just said no. It's with a good boost, but like, well, that's a good nade too. The
Oh,
timing on that, the read as well, chalks one up for him, added to the tally, and a man advantage. That single rifle doing everything he could. And in the meantime, who was it that just got tagged through the wall down under 23? Yeah, that's Nate, the Opper, on 23 HP, nearly taken out.
yeah, that early fight with Nice there dished out about 80 points of damage. Thankfully though for CycloneGG, they have clawed back 1 kill, leaving it in a 4 versus 4. A rifle has been recovered as Florence looking to aggress towards outside. CycloneGG looking to make a play down towards ramp, in towards B. As Akimbo Esports kind of set up for it. 2 players nearby. Noxo stuck with the USPS in this corner is going to be finished off. Still though, Katie putting her Desert Eagle to work with 1 as Florence gets another. And this is falling apart as Africa has to clutch now.
Yeah, it really has, which is pretty surprising overall. Azraca might find something here. Or I don't know if he closed the clear angle, and he doesn't. And the anti-eco single rifle only wins and prevails. All of the start of that nade on the outside with the spray through the smoke just really set that pace early on in the first 20 seconds. And now we are in potential match point here.
Yeah, that is just this game in a nutshell for Akimbo Esports. Standout performances from players and rounds. And it's Nice's turn to step up to bat as he definitely hits a home run into that one. That is one of the big dangers to letting a CT player save a rifle, as Nice does punish them to obtain a match point. CycloneGG now has to win 6 in a row here to take us into OT. Can they do it?
I mean, the hopeful might say there's a chance, but I mean, right now, it is just Akimbo. Been pretty lights out. Nate
Definitely
playing with a different scoped gun this time, the SG. And I mean, it's still like for a potential last buy. I mean, lackey utility, a deagle here on Salsa. I mean, deagle's still obviously deadly, but it's definitely not what you want. And the counter utility, Akimbo just have plenty. So it's either they have to make a play quick and efficient, or really drain all the CT utility they have.
Yeah, like you're saying, with no utility, they're just looking for the duels, and with Akimbo Esports not offering them up, CycloneGG is out of options. What do you do here with 50 seconds? As you've got to hit a bomb site. Flixie is not going to let him pass the first hurdle. Katie, another frag, as it feels like this game could be concluding right here. 3 players to try and stop that, as Osser does find Katie, keeping this round alive.
Still man advantage though for Akimbo. We do see Flixie lurking in vents, so if he can time this right, he could actually be right behind them. But instead, smoke drops there on single door. Lawrence still post up in heaven, and Nis is on the flank through lobby. I think he just heard someone reload. Nate Noxio gets a kill, make it 2, and it's down to just 1, and only ends it on a triple. That's 13-6 in favor of Akimbo Esports. I said it was going to be good, and it turned out to be even better than I thought. A 7-round lead and victory sealed for Akimbo.
Definitely. It was very comfortable for Akimbo Esports. With the help of the clutches that they had, it was pretty much just smooth sailing from point A to point B from them. And they're going to start off their season 47 with a victory. But definitely a fun one to watch there. And I think we've got an interview for us. I've got to check in to see who we've got here. But if you guys are interested in watching that here, hang tight. We get a player in.
Thinking back to everything I heard the most. Parachute, parachute, driving this time almost. I can't understand you, baby, told you that I'm toxic. Ever since the pressure hit, I suffer like a conscience. My favorite pain is a chronically surges as inspiration. It's fine to follow blindly to pros and I'm opinionated. Shut up, I'm talking to myself. Please shut up, I'm talking to myself. There's a change in my eyes, made up my mind. I don't care if I'm right, do it all. And it's never what you want now. I swear it's never what you want now. No matter what I do, I can't seem to escape you. What I want is never what you want now. I got nothing to lose if you wanna be my savior. What I want is never what you want now. I'm sick of the anger I hold in my chest. What I want is never what you want now. You think you can change me, then come try your best. What I want is never what you want now. There's a change in my eyes, made up my mind. I don't care if I'm right, do it all.
Welcome back. False alarm. Sorry, no interview tonight. I think tomorrow there might be one, as Akimbo Esports is going to be playing again here. But that being said here, any final words here in this game here on gaming?
Honestly, Akimbo, absolutely amazing start. Looked solid. Looked comfortable all map. Whether or not Nuke is like their top choice, or if they're just that damn good, I'm gonna assume they're just that damn good because on paper they just are.
Yeah.
Lawrence started out great, slowed up towards the end, but that's only because Katie really picked up the pace. Might have ended close to 20, if not at 20 kills specifically. I want to say, actually, let me take a look. 20 kills exactly there. Nis as well, great performance. Overall, everybody pulled their weight there. Nobody really struggling. And it's really what you need out of a team is everybody hitting their shots, and that's exactly what we've seen all game.
Definitely. I think of that clutch in the first half. I think it was by Flixie, who I think of that
Yes.
play. Another individual standing out from the side of Akimbo. But like you're talking about, everyone really stepping up to bat tonight and putting together a first victory. But with that being said, that's going to be all for us here. I hope you guys enjoyed. And until next time, peace.
The weight of you, of my shoulder, done with my cigarette.